Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'm going to be remaking Gary the Snail from SpongeBob. I know that it should probably be a house tutorial or something, but honestly, I'm pretty lazy. I'll get around to them, it'll happen, within the next, probably week from this date, but until then, Gary. And I'm also trying to figure out which YouTubers I want to remake. I also want to make an Iron Golem statue and a Blaze statue. Iron Golem is much harder than you'd anticipate. Trust me. But anyway, Gary the Snail. What you're going to need for him is black wool, cyan, lime green, red, yellow, pink, magenta, and dark blue. Yeah, that's all you need. Excellent. Right. So what you want to do is, you want to figure out where you want to make him. The Cat 40 over there that I will one day finish in tutorial. The reason that I haven't made that, there might be one guy out there who remembers that I actually made it and I was going to tutorial it. I wasn't too happy with how my Halo sword turned out, like the tutorial. I think it was, like, I just wanted to finish it and I'm not sure if anybody would actually be able to make it. But I feel the same with the Cat 40, so who knows? Who knows whether it'll actually ever be seen. So what you want to do for Gary is you want to start off with 16 black blocks on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All in a row. Nice and neat. And then we'll start from the left side and we'll go over to the right. So you want to do an up left diagonal. And then an up right. Go to the right by 2. Then do an upright diagonal, and then a bottom right diagonal. And what you'll be left with, of course the 16 row, and what you'll be left with is something that looks roughly like that. And when I say roughly, every time I say roughly I mean it better look like that, otherwise you're done goofed. So, just to set something up for later, you know, this right side here, do an upright diagonal. Go one up and one to the left, and that'll do for now. But until then, you want to come back over to here, and you want to continue going right. You want to do 1 cyan, you want to do 3 black wool, and then you want to use cyan until you get right the way over to here. Oh, what's that? It all makes sense now. There you go. That's the... I don't even know what you'd call it. Like, that's the snail portion, the thing that they crawl around on, whatever you want to call it. The squishy part. The part of the snail that sizzles when you pour salt on them because you're sadistic. So, you know, screenshot, pause the video there if you have to, etc, etc. Let's move on. Alright, so to this bit here, it serves more purposes than you can imagine. And you want to extend it out by 1, 2, 3, 4. So this block 1, 2, 3, 4 on top, and you want to place one here as well to the left, just on top of that cyan. And actually, you want to do cyan to the left of it, just like that. And then you want to do black to the left of the cyan, kind of like that. And then you want to, well, pretty much do cyan again, and then you want to fill these two. Let me show you. There, this is what you want to do. Instead of trying to fumble around. You can see what I've done pretty clearly. I should hope. I hope. Probably. Maybe. But yeah, there you go. Pause that if you have to. Make sure that you get that right. It's all the same length, and of course it's just 4 blocks up from that original block there, so you can't go too wrong. Can't go too wrong. And on top of these cyan blocks, you want to take out the black and you want to go 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that goes for both cyan. And then, like, on the outside of the cyan, so the left one going left, you want to just do on the outer block of the black, I meant to say, with the cyan. You just want to do that, or, you know, equally so on top of the black there. You just want to have that so it's all nice and even like that. And then, on the outside of the cyan, you just want to coat it with black, like this. Blah. And those will be his eye tenor, and I don't even know what you call it, like the weird eyes on snails, the things that retract. Well, I mean, they're obviously eyes. I wonder if they've got a weird name or something. Who knows? Who knows? Right, let's finish making the eyes then. So, this middle block here, gonna have to do a black, like, diagonal on top there, and it just wants to be 3 high in total. Then, go to the middle left, place a black block, and that'll be like the middle part of his eyes there. That'll connect both of his eyes together. So all you want to do after that is you want to go to the outside of the stem of the eyes and take out the black and go 3 high. On the right here, just do a middle block going to the left. That's like his pupil, and then you want to do, this is what you want to do. The magic number, of course, for this part of the eyes is 3. So you can see what I've done there. Pause that if you have to. And just to make his eyes, you just do some red around the pupil, and then you fill the rest in with yellow. I tried white. White doesn't look right. Gary is obviously slightly ill. He's jaundiced. That's the word that I was looking for. But his eyes want to look like that, and all we've got to make now, after we colour in the body, which we can probably do now, is the rest of Gary. Or the shell, is what I meant to say. I'm slipping up. But what we'll do now, actually, is we shall sleep, so I will be back in a second. Alrighty, so we have the body of Gary without the shell. All we want to do, well, we may as well colour in the body of Gary while we're here. You just want to add a little bit of green to it, and you want to add it to this part, this part, oops, yeah. So, there's where you want to add the green. You know, just line it all up with the black, you should have no problem whatsoever. And then you just want to fill the rest in with cyan. Like this. And it looks a little... It just doesn't look right at the moment, but in all fairness, he's missing the shell. So... We'll start from the left. Why not? So the shell starts from, or at least the outline of the shell is going to start from this block here. You can see, nice and easy. You want to do 3 up left diagonals. That being first, that being the second, that being the third. So a total of 4, what is it? Magenta in a row going up. And then what you want to do is you want to do 6 magenta on top of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you want to do an upright diagonal. And then you want to take out the pink. And you want to do 2 upright diagonals. 1 and 2. And you want to go to the right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. Let me just show you what we've got. Just remember, 3 or 4 magenta going diagonally, then the 6 on top, 1 magenta, 1 pink, then 5 pink to the right, total of 6 in that row. Now, from this pink here, what you can do is you can do 2 bottom right diagonals, and that should connect it to Gary, like that. And then the shell re-emerges like under this part of his eye, and it carries all the way down to the black, and it goes 1 past it. So there, you know, there's a little out view, and then it goes, an easy way to do this is just like left, down 2. Then you can do 1 magenta to the right of the pink, and then 1 in the bottom. I mean, this is how the shell looks, like that. Can see just on the outline of the shell, all nice and simple, hopefully. Now there's a little bit of detail in the shell, and then we can just, you know, colour it all in. So the little bit of detail, it starts right here. This black actually has a purpose. So to the right of it you want to place 1 red, then you want to do an upright diagonal, and again, and then you want to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you want to do an up left diagonal, and again, and then you want to go 1 to the left, bottom left diagonal, and again, 2 down, bottom right diagonal, and again, up right diagonal, 1 on top, and then up left. And I know that was a lot. Well, I usually like to pause while I'm doing stuff, but it should be really, I mean, there's not that many blocks to it. The only, I guess, longish length would be that giant red bar. My sentences today, awful. That red bar there is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, there you go. Need to go back to school, learn English. And what you want to do now is you want to take out the magenta, and you kind of want to go like outside of the red, and let me show you what I mean by that. You don't want to go all the way around outside of the red, just some of that. So you want to do that. So once you've got the red sorted out, it's pretty easy to figure out where the magenta goes anyways. And then you want to take out the dark blue, and you want to place one here, or one here, here. There's not that much dark blue in the shell. I guess he's a speckled snail, whatever that means. And you just want blue to be situated around there, but that'll be easier to see after I fill in the shell. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to fill it in all with pink, and I won't even cut this bit out because it shouldn't take very long. It's a good job that this is an easy pixel art. It's also a good job that it doesn't really matter what I say in these. Should still be able to make them no problem. I've been told that the only advantage to doing commentary is it makes me, and I imagine, whoever else does this stuff, is it makes them like slow down a little bit, so it's just a bit easier to follow along. You don't have to pause as much, and you also sometimes count out. Like I try and tell you how many blocks, like the long stretches are. So I suppose that's a somewhat of an advantage. But let me give you a close up on the shell. That's the hardest part of the pixel art, if you want to call it hard. But that's the hardest part. Pause that if you have to, make sure you've got that right. And this is Gary in all of his glory. I'm going to go for a Gary impression. I'm going to go for it. Meow. I think that was a pretty solid impression. Here's a deep Gary impression. Meow. He just meows like a cat. If you can meow, I think you've got it down. But I'm a little tired. I'm a little bit tired. But there's Gary, anyway. Took less time than I thought it would. I usually overrun these by about 50 minutes. And there you go. Hope it was of some use. Don't know who'll be next. Maybe Jake. Might make Jake next. Hey, if you've made it this far into the video, maybe you think I deserve a like. If you want to, comment, and if you're new here, maybe you should think about subscribing. I put out new content at least every other day. And for my fellow video makers, if you're interested in a YouTube partnership, click the link below in the description.